These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup.
No push building here for Ice. He crashes a big wave, he gets the reset, then you can play for the Void Grub. So I think that's where GX resetting already with Patrick, trying to get him a buy.
Jackie's still half HP under the tower. Ignore coming out of base. Juhan here to try and protect, but it was a Void Grubs helping out with a little bit of true damage, and the plate will fall over to BDS.
Yeah, LeBron didn't hit the tower.
Don't need to, man.
I mean, true, I guess.
Your problem, you just have to be there for the Unbreakable, and it would have been a perfect time to use it. Lebrov oversteps and GiantX strike.
So I was about to say, I think Lebrov was a bit worried about Juhan's ultimate coming.
For BDS that he had last year, even that he's had earlier this year. I think a few questions have started to be asked around his performance.
And I think part of that is him trying to adapt to the new meta.
Able to clear out the wave, already has that Nash's Tooth. And wave play pretty quickly, as Juhan is just able to steal away one of those Krugs.
Good lead, or good heads up from Lebrov to be like, there's chances are they're going to try and cross map. We haven't spotted them on anywhere in the top end. So roaming bot gets the play. Adam is here.
Flash from Juhan, Ice flashes away, and Chana Crystallara going down. There's Equalizer as well, but Juhan not really the target you want. Patrick low as well. Juhan being flamed to death and is burnt poor in the mid lane. Igno on the front line with the Unbreakable Will, gets a knockback. Will that ultimate time out? It will. The Ignite ticks and takes him out. Adam gets on the board.
Excellent play from Adam. The ultimate was a great follow-up from the Ash Arrow, connecting onto both the Sejuani and the Ezreal. Patrick was forced to use his E defensively very early on. They'll also do a lot of damage, but Sheo, he has overstepped his bounds. The tower will still fall, but ultimately 2 for 1 plus the mid tower puts BD far enough that even with 3 there, he would be fine.
I'm convinced of that too, Vedius. But once again, who are we?
It's our job, medic.
It's your job. I'm just here for the shouting.
I see. Now Dragon is alive, and the Scuttle Crab is going to be secured by BDS. The bot wave getting caught by Jackie's.
This is really difficult for GiantX to compete though, because if you're walking through these chokes with Adam's ult, it's not great. Numbers advantage though is lending itself to them going in.
Flash on Silver Onslaught, Heartbreaker away. There's the Equalizer down. TP behind from Nuke is a possibility. There's a ward around the blue buff, but they haven't used it yet as he continues to harass it down that top side tower. Juhan falling low. They jump back in though, and look at the damage. The Buster Shot almost saves them both. Ice behind the Unbreakable, but Jackie's jumps in. He'll pay for it with his life. 2 for 1 so far, the exchange. Nuke has joined the party. How are GiantX going to wrangle their way out of this one? Igno on the front line, Lebrov jumping back in. Patrick putting the damage down from across the wall. Hits another Mystic Shot. Dashes forward. Unbreakable back for Lebrov. Spectral more hits from Sheo, but they just can't get onto GiantX. 2 for 1 in the end.
I think they needed Nuke to commit earlier. Yes, he got the tower on topside, but if you're going to take that fight, it would have been great to have him TP him behind.
It goes to show how durable this squad is from the side of GiantX.
And it felt like miscommunication, basically on a, hey, we want to play this fight versus we want to get top tower versus what the TP timer is. And
conceded all of your topside vision once again, and this is a good Baron force in my opinion, because now GiantX haven't had the opportunity to replenish their vision. They're going to have to fight their way back towards the pit.
Down to 6,000. The Antonio coming around the corner. Frontline Ignar going in. Lebrov there as well. Adam falls low, has to flash, but he's knocked up. And now GiantX have found one. They're looking for Lebrov, who flashes across the wall, but Jackie's gonna chase him down. Stunned up with the permafrost. GiantX find 2.
Is this really how GiantX is going to turn this game around?
Just let them engage for you, Benny.
I cannot believe, like, BDS seemed indecisive around what they wanted to do. I thought that they had 2 members trying to zone GiantX away to then fully commit to the Baron. But then GiantX commit onto those 2 members, BDS peel away from the Baron, and then they end up just losing the fight.
But it doesn't make sense at all, because the idea for the play that I expected BDS to say was, we see both solo laners on bot side. Let's start Baron, we get the double TP out, and then we back away. But you get the double TP out, and then as Vedi was saying, you've now overextended into that topside jungle. So GiantX get the fight, they get the Baron, they're getting towers, and they just translate into playoffs. Like, we got a little bit against G2, but
nothing. The funniest thing to me is we had a segment on Ready Check, which was Odoamne summarizing Giants' gameplay.
Ramsey, his first pancake. Absolute trash.
Probably.
The millionth pancake, really good. You know, you just have to keep flipping.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Odoamne's breakdown of this one. I feel like...
Buster Shot back onto Nuke as he tries to slide in.
TP?
TP?
No.
He gets him! He gets him just!
Yeah, the Kraken Slayer plus the Infinity Edge. Good damage there from Jackies, and it definitely feels like things are starting to crumble for BDS. Gold was secured as all the outer towers fell. GiantX looking to upset BDS as they're in a winning position now here in game 1.
2,500 gold in the lead, looking for the tier 2 in the mid lane. LeBron on that front line, gets the stun onto the Antonio. Glacial Prison though lands, and there's the engage from Inga. Headbutt, pulverized, put in the dirt. Sheo goes down again.
BDS are just getting caught out everywhere. The entire time you're taking this 4v4, you've even got Jackies pushing in on top side, so you lose a member, you lose 2 towers. And
It's going to be very difficult for BDS to contest this.
Would be BDS's soul if they manage to steal it away, but as you say, pretty difficult to do so when
hang on.
Let's see how the Baron goes.
We'll see how this one goes, but we'll have to see
they have vision control. They've got triple control ward. Sheo has to walk through the Antonio and Ignar.
That's a clean Baron.
That's clean. That's clean.
That's
The engage comes forward, Heartbreaker out, he's looking for the knocker, but he's stunned immediately before he can get it in. Ignar goes in with a headbutt pulverizer. Great equalizer though, this is bad for GiantX. The Antonio will fall first. GiantX begin to retreat. Patrick on that front line. Sheo dashes forward, cleansed away by Patrick. Shaki starts to open up. The Antonio in zombie form tries to come back in. Unbreakable from Lebrov. GiantX still able to back away. They lose one, but they get the Baron.
Ignar still has flash, though. I think he's fishing for something, trying to see if he can get into position here. With the Unbreakable down, you have a moment, but as soon as that Unbreakable now is back up, I think GiantX needs to back away.
Jackies has TP. Patrick dashes across the wall. Adam hits the harpoon, but Patrick still has flash. Will use it early. Blast cones Ignar back, but saves his own life. Unbreakable from Lebrov will tank up some of that damage. Ignar gets a second blast cone to escape, and all the meanwhile, Jackies has been pushing in the bot lane.
That was a weird fight, gentlemen. I think that the Antonio has been over-forcing way too many fights in this game. Like, his flash Scion Q to start fights off was definitely a huge commitment there. But now Ice has flash. But Jackies is behind him.
No.
Nice TP from Jackies. Good punish. I wonder if they can actually convert this into anything, though. The Antonio doesn't have TP. He is back out on the map. I think GiantX should really try and use this Baron. Still a minute and a half left. Nuke is bot lane. I think they should, try to escort this wave into mid to try and siege this town.
Yeah, I think they could even send the Antonio to that top side to escort that wave in if they want to as well, because you still have Ignar who can try and play that frontline tank, but as the wave is starting to come through, like, start to just spread that Baron buff and see how much you can get off of this.
Or you could just charge in the mid lane.
True.
Where he's
That's
positioned
the
right
Antonio's
now.
way.
The wave pushes in, BDS concede any pressure in that mid lane. GiantX will get their first inhibitor of the series as Juhan flashes forward, Nuke dodges away from the Glacial Prison. Unbreakable going down as the True Shot Barrage is tanked. Juhan takes a little bit of hurt. There's the Unstoppable Onslaught once again from the Antonio, and he doesn't charge the Q. He's learned from those last couple of plays. In the end, it will just be the inhib for GiantX.
Ash is up with Arrow though if BDS want to go, and here's the connection! Onto Patrick, has no cleanse, but I think he's just got out to safety.
Nice buffer on the Arcane Shift to get across the wall. A 7 percentage point difference between the two teams as the Rob is caught out, puts up the Unbreakable. Glacial Prison going down, he tries to flash, can dash to Ice, but he's knocked up before he can get to the Blast Cone. Another kill over to GiantX.
Sheo just trying to push in the mid wave as Nuke is trying to push in top, but they'll need to try and reset here. The Antonio is chasing Nuke out just to guarantee that you have the extra little bit of advantage, but does the cannon stay alive? You get the debuff.
It stays for long enough. The tower melts like butter in the face of the double AD carries. And BDS made the cardinal sin how this next fight develops, whether it is just the double AD carries coming out trumps in the end. The tank line has been so effective for them so far. Nuke looking for the flank here. The Baron down to about 10,000 HP or so. BDS unable to get in. You can see Jackie's pushing in bot lane with a wave. Adam has to answer, top lane with a wave. Adam has to answer the bot lane. Glacial Prison going short, but there's the Unstoppable Onslaught. Nuke flashes away. Sheo dashes away with the Heartbreaker. Ice begins to open up. There's one. Sheo can possess the Sedge. Adams rejoined the fight, has that equalizer, puts it on Jackies, who pops the Buster Shot, jumps away. Sheo still chasing forward. GiantX able to get away for the moment. BDS's health bars looking pretty low. LeBron will start healing up with the Warmogs. Jackies opens up on the Baron as BDS will reset. Nuke's gonna TP in just to make sure that it's safe as houses, but BDS should secure this one without any real contest from GiantX. A Baron to BDS.
Suffering.
Said it early. League of Legends is miserable sometimes.
Oh, good sidestep. Gets away from Sheo, but there's more.
Unbreakable will coming out to get away from that arrow stun, who will be able to flash across the wall. Still chased away here. Antonio coming in from the side. Ignar will fall. Antonio joining the party now realizes perhaps that wasn't the wisest of decisions.
So BDS is just going to win this game now? Ignat obviously trying to get...
I don't know how you try and contest this. You still have your 2 tanks, maybe you can try and get something in the 4v4, but this is already gone.
Cloud Soul secured for BDS.
But Jackie's is the bulk of it, really. And so if he's sitting there clearing waves and mids, then I think they do have to be scared about forcing a fight here. Jackie's not making his way over now.
Equalizer down will take Patrick down to half HP. The turret falls as well, tier 2 in the top lane for BDS. Gold 500 the difference between these two teams as Ignar's caught out with the Spectral Maw. Glacial Fissure going down as well. Unbreakable Will has been popped by him. Engaged from the side as LeBron on the front line takes it with the shield, but still is taken out by GiantX. Nuke has to dash away. GiantX starting to win out on the fight. Jackie's opening up, dashes forward. Ice gets the slow on him at 49-23. So we'll see if we can beat that record on game 1.
Beating that
Out of this possible 6. GiantX have set up control around the topside river. They have Baron in their sights 7 seconds before it spawns. Sheo stepping forward straight into the face of Patrick and takes a chunk for it.
Oh, he's forward. But they can't punish him.
Oh, put down the equalizer. Patrick might have to burn the flash. Doesn't do so yet. Arrow goes down onto Jackie's, and Jackie's is shut out of the fight. Nuke shuffles them back as well as Juhan starts to retreat. Patrick dashing back. Nuke going in. Ice flashing forward as well. Juhan down. Alongside him, Ignar sent back to the fountain. Only the Antonio remains standing, and soon he will be sent to a quick grave by BDS. One fight was all it took. No longest game of the year here today. BDS will close in on the win.
All it took was an arrow onto Jackie's, and BDS found the pick that they needed. It will not be the longest game of the split as BDS is going to take game 1.
Well,
In that agency to threaten the backline is also really good. Lucian's to try and answer some of the side lane pressure, I think, also makes sense. But
Khan Ezreal is that ability just to dash out and dash back in. But GiantX will take the leash and steal away that first objective.
Nice contest.
In playoffs, I believe, was when it happened. Maybe we'll see it here. Last time I talked about a record in this series, immediately that record was not broken. BDS starting up the Drake down to about 2,000. Nature's Grass coming out. Drake secured. Lebrov going in with the quickness, waiting for the route to expire. Juhan flashes away from the charm in the Emperor's Divide. Adam taken low as well. Call of the Fortune coming out in their first blood. A minute and a half too early if you want to be a record setter. But for GiantX, they'll be very happy with this exchange. A Drake for 3, I think, is good.
And that's what I was saying, is that if you don't set up properly...
Their front line, well, I should say the backline threat that Adam should offer doesn't really exist, and so just a well-played patient fight from GiantX.
TP in here by GiantX as they're trying to test these grubs. They started them up. They've already got 3. They're looking for more. Sheo gets a smite, takes 1 away, so no 6 grubs. Blast Cone, Twisted Advance going in. Lebrov with the knock-up as well, and Jackie's still living in the end. Adam brings down the axe and puts him in the grave. GiantX retreat from the grubs. They only get 3 in the end, and BDS will get 3 of their own. Ice chunked out by Patrick, but can just jump away with the Arcane Shift.
The Blast Cone bounce really hurting Jackie's there, sending him into the waiting hands of Sheo, and then it's an easy pick. So from the Rift Herald, you still have Jackie's down on this bottom side who's about to get bot lane turret. You can then start to rotate Tim around the map, who's now going to pick up about 1.5k, there you go, gold lead for himself. So he's now a major threat in the side lane. At least it will be answered by Olaf in the side lane for Adam, but I still think Jackie's going to play around him on this top side to get that top lane tower, and the Antonio will have to try and deal with the 3-man play on boss.
Yeah, difficult dive. Adam pops the Ragnarok, runs onto Juhan through the Magnet Storm, almost takes Juhan out, needs another axe, and finds it. 1 for 1 in a 1v3. The Antonio trying to survive the dive on the bot side. Rift Herald comes in and no tower left to support him. Makes it a sticky situation for the Ornn to be in. Sheo takes the kill.
That is exactly what I expect to see from the Olaf moving forward. There is very little that GiantX's comp can do to stop him outside of mobility, and now that he's got the stride breaker, it's that much easier to stick onto these slippery targets.
Yeah, kind of like Ignar just was sitting there watching as this Olaf ran down Juhan and was like, I got nothing new.
Hits onto Nuke. Ignar doesn't have the Magnet Storm, no real engage. The arrow slows the push a little bit, but the tower still falls. 3 turrets to 2 in favor of BDS as they start to back away. The gold.
I've got the Colleen still, so there's no way you can really contest this. So nicely orchestrated by GiantX, because I think getting that mid-wave control would have let BDS try and set up
2 consistently. perhaps this is their year. After watching Fnatic G2 yesterday, though, it's a big mountain for them to climb.
But I think a lot of people were looking at BDS saying, oh, hang on the brawl.
Quickness, cleanse away by Patrick. Call of Portugal coming out as well. The Sun Disc comes down, but a great engage from Ignar. Ragnarok going out from Adam as he tries to escape. GiantX low, but everyone's surviving. 1-0. But a turret over to be.
We haven't really seen them get that control to go for early void grubs as much. Like in the mid game, it feels like they're nearly regressing to where they do need to force these fights, where they do have to rely on team fighting. And Antonio.
Ice has to burn the flash to get over the wall. Jackie's with the culling, the arrow, the cleanse, not enough. Shut down. Jackie's finds his man. Great engage by GiantX.
It's kind of how much do GiantX want to take, because they could even look over towards this barn, but not feeling fully confident that they can take that with so many of the ultimates down. Sheo wants to re-engage.
Nature's Grasp looking for Patrick, but good body block there by Ignar. Makes sure that his Ashe can walk away unscathed.
It's a big ultimate used ahead of Dragon, but yeah, I'd be hesitant to start a Baron with Olaf on the enemy team. It's obviously a very scary situation, even with a ZM out.
Nuke starts to go into that fog of war. Adam loves these flanks positions on Olaf. If you can just get easy access to the backline, it's a lot easier to play.
I think the Antonio is trying to basically mark him, find out where the hell he is, because they've completely lost vision of him, but they don't have anything here on GiantX, and if Adam just walks over towards Razorbeaks, he's good.
Adam runs forward, straight onto Juhan. Ragnarok coming out, Nature's Grasp used as well. Flash by Juhan, not caught with the roots. Antonio coming in, the Ragnarok continues. As Adam gets more autos off, now it will fall off. There's the Magna Storm, Call of the Forge God, and Adam immediately is put in a bouncy castle and sent back in a body bag. The Drake secured by BDS. Jackie's TPing in, he's looking for Sheo, and Sheo flashes the volley. Patrick can't get in range because of the slow from the sapling. BDS just about walk away.
But the damage is done. They have the health advantage that they need to start the Baron off. The fact that Juhan was able to survive that flank from Adam meant that they were able to find a great re-engage. Once again, GiantX showing how they can restart these fights so quickly and punish BDS for their aggression. Sheo needs to get back out onto the map, but he's going to be zoned away by Ignar.
Nuke spotted on this ward. Sheo there. Jackie's meets the tree in his own jungle. And we're all yelling timber as the GiantX find another. The Baron, their next target. GiantX now 2,000 gold ahead, will be more after they secure the big purple worm.
And GiantX is just playing this really well, kiting back as Vetty was saying, and just not giving BDS the wins that they really need.
And the idea seems promising because you're zoning the jungle away, but the moment you got his flash over the wall, I feel like that should have been enough, and then you turn your attention onto someone else. Instead, they end up falling short. Arrow.
Patrick has the cleanse. Adam coming in for the flank, though. Patrick holds on to that summoner for now. Call of the Portrait going in as Ignar looks for the stun, but the Ragnarok chase onto Patrick. He can't escape. Lebrov flashed away by Jackie's. Adam taken low by the culling. In the end, they'll settle for one.
That is very much what I expected the fights to look like. Patrick basically just not getting to play. That's the first instance of BDS leveraging their comp to its strength. But GiantX, they still have the Baron. They're still setting their sights on this mid-tier 1, and they're likely going to secure it.
Hey, GiantX still have the health bars to try and force this one down. Adam had to reset, so it is still the 4v4, and I think that's where...
half items on ice. Nuke almost has the Rabadons. Wonder how much gold he is short of that.
The Sterix gauge being completed for Adam is massive, though, because it means that he's going to be way more difficult to try and deal with. And just having that little bit of extra time can mean that he kills off Patrick. Maybe get some good damage on towards... Jackie's as well, but you kind of need BDS to not come through these chokes. I'd like to see Adam come through mid lane.
Forge God, Nature's Scars coming out, Lebrov already chunked. And GiantX find their first kill of the fight. Juhan chunked out with a Mystic shot into his back. Ice continuing to put the damage down to BDS, although healthy, have lost a man. Looks like instead of going for the Drake, they'll try and get the mid lane prio first. GiantX chunked away, Ignar looking for that flank.
Ignar is going on a very long journey. BDS, though, don't spot him out. We'll just now see him on the ward.
I don't know if they pinged him. Nuke's going up there now. Obviously, we'll see him as Nuke is in vision range. The Drake down to 2,000. Taken by Sheo with a smite. Ragnarok in. The flash forward by Adam, but he went in the wrong direction as Patrick is able to escape with a flash of his own. True shot. Straight through the heart of Patrick. As he falls in the end. 1 and 2 so far this game. We'll be looking to make that more obviously as the Baron is down to 10,000.
Or is it?
Nuke has the TP. Now he uses it. Nature's Grass coming in as well. Ignat can tank that as he crashes down. The root hits onto the backline as well. Call of the Portrait going out. Adam running away. The Sterax just melted by the culling. Antonio just short of getting the headbutt though. And Nuke starts to open up. Ice dashing forward, takes a spear to his spine. And is down to about half HP.
Look at Adam in the mid lane though. He's going to start to threaten on towards the tier 2 as he's going to clear out this wave. So GiantX now need to try and regroup on mid, but they're completely separated, which is why BDS, Sheo, going to try start up this Baron.
So Antonio has TP. Juhan and Patrick still here. Jackie's TP back in. Ignat heals up with the Warmogs and Sheo, who the team's on the other side of the map, my man. Sheo taken out. Didn't expect Ignat to be waiting around the river bend. As BDS now have to try and fight back from a man disadvantage, but Juhan's down to a third. Ice with these Mystic shots continues to try and keep the damage raining down. Ignat looking for that flank position. No Magnet Storm for him. Does have the flash, gets the Shadowing Strike onto Adam. Ragnarok about to come back off cooldown, but not yet. The Baron secured by GiantX, and Adam is chasing Ignat down towards the bottom side. He tried to flash, I'm not sure that was the best play. I think you were dead anyway, matey. But in the end, Ignat distracts and GiantX take the Baron.
Another strange...
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, GiantX are doing the correct thing, right? They send one member mid, push in through mid, they control all of the vision bot side, and then they siege onto the tier 2 tower and bot. This means that they can easily collapse back onto the Dragon. Also, while making it difficult, because BDS have no vision. If we have an opportunity to showcase what BDS can see on the map, observers, you'll notice that it's not a lot.
They do have the Scuttle Crab.
They do have the Scuttle Crab, but GiantX are doing the correct steps in terms of suffocating BDS of their vision. They'll get 2 towers, and then they can just fall back to the Dragon. The mistake would be overextending to try and push into the base, because if they then lost the fight, you're just conceding a soul, and you'd have no way of really contesting the objective.
Arrow.
But fortunately, they're not going to do that.
Well, Arrow stops Ice's back. Tempo heaven right now for GiantX. As you say, they'll turn their eyes towards the Drake, and they do it by the numbers.
Going to do a ton of damage if he gets a double shot at you. So for a lot of this, BDS, you can see hyper aggressive on the wave states. But now you've got the Antonio considering coming in behind.
Sundisk gets the Magnet Storm going in, and look at the damage somehow. They caught Nuke in the middle of all of that. Ignat's gonna go down, but now the TP behind us. BDS call for the retreat. Ice needs to get out of here. Sheo puts down a sapling for the slow. The Antonio chasing forward, blast cone away. Infernal Cinder for a little bit of movement speed, and Ice will escape to fight another day. Still only getting up towards 4 items.
But with 2 minutes now until the Dragon, that's really what both teams are sieging up for. You do a Baron in a little bit, but oh, hang on.
Call of the Forge got out again. Ice gonna try an Arcane Shift away, has to flash, still gets hit with the knockup.
Antonio soaking up a lot of damage. Has the Warmog, so he'll be able to heal it up. Ice doing what he can to land the poke down, but he's now lost his flash.
There's the arrow. Ragnarok in. Adam tries to chase onto Jackie's. Lebrov dashes in as well, and the Magnet Storm! It's 4 men, and they're dead men walking as GiantX get a clean ace.
GiantX find the engage that they need. Adam gets obliterated by the double AD carries, and just like that, GiantX are taking us to game number 3.
A cleaner performance in Game 2 by GiantX puts them on the cusp of the top 4 here in Summer. 1 game away, 1 game to decide it here between GiantX and BDS.
Have bigger threat into the backline as the game goes on, but
Yeah.
Bobby, when you've got so many dashes here, it does make sense.
Also a matchup we saw Emma.
They're gonna go back to base.
I think they're also just unsure as to where Shale is. Knew the top side had been cleared out, but
Sheo's
wasn't
going to
exactly
get
sure.
collapsed on here.
Yeah.
Goes for the seismic shot, but Ignat and Patrick are on their way. Sheo's going to have to flash early, does so. Juhan's still
keep
coming
chasing
across.
this?
They can still chase. Juhan flashes forward. There's the grand entrance. And there goes Sheo, sent back in a body bag.
What's better than 3-man mid? Well, it's 4-man mid. They just...
Grub's being secured now for Juhan. Dragon is falling on the side of BDS. I see Jackie's feeling a lot more confident in his trades in the mid lane. Very close stuff. Bring around, but this time Sheo's in a position to stop it.
Yeah, has the wall to try and zone people off if he wants to. Juhan going to spot him here. Immediately going to back away, but I don't think it's the end of the world for Juhan unless he gets caught here.
That's the Weaver's Wall. Antonio flashes early. Adam chasing forward. Juhan has a flash of his own, but doesn't have the time to use it as Adam takes him out of the picture.
Nicely done by BDS to capitalize on it. Shale using that to get a ton of value, but they end up going for that bot lane play. And I think that's where it's kind of put them back a step because Juhan hasn't been in a position to get... had to reset, wanted to pick up a Zeke's convergence, and now GiantX are kind of stepping forward with BDS, where they aren't using choke points to their advantage.
Hits onto Nuke, but he's not the target for the rest of GiantX. Ignar takes the kill, Lebrov goes Timber. A seismic shove out by Shea will take a chunk out of Juhan's health bar, but not going to be enough to really perturb him.
It's a bit unfortunate for GiantX that the kill went over, so we can just TP back to top, and they've leveraged numbers to just force their way through this objective. Jackies goes in. Oh, the play to the Ruin King. We're kind of at that point where you can see Jackie's feeling very confident. Of course, no first item.
4 players towards top.
But you are only one on the bottom side, and you still have the Tristan on the top end, so I don't like the TP. I was going to say you just match the trade, you still have Rift Herald, but Adam now thinks he can clear out the wave. May not be able
And
to,
he survived. Pathmaker out, gets a good double stun. All out coming out. There's the quickness as well. Adam trying to survive this, but he's just CC'd for days. Adam dies, TP's in. Costs him his life.
And it's mistakes like this that BDS wouldn't make in the regular season. You have the Rift Herald, so instead of playing for this TP to protect the bot side, you just go for the tier 2 instead. Now, they don't have the numbers advantage, so the Antonio is going to be able to try and clear out this wave, although Ice coming back. Antonio might make the exact same mistake that his counterpart did.
Has to flash away. Has that luxury. Adam did not, running the Ghost, of course, in this game, but because BDS have spent more time around this top side, they're going to lose their tier 1 in mid.
I mean, oh yeah, they definitely will. I was going to question whether or not it would actually fall. Jackies can't afford to spend any more time in bot lane, so he's going to be forced to reset. Ends up being 2 towers traded for 2. That top lane is now a very long lane, which they like.
Problem is, Nuke is on this bottom side, not really in a position to follow up, and his tanks have had to go protect each other, so no real frontline for Ice means that his ult is going to fade, and now GiantX feel comfortable to re-engage.
There's the quickness. Ignite immediately jumps onto Lebrov. The Weaver's Wall coming out. Twisted Advance saves Lebrov for a second. The GiantX have already felled the tree.
I think there's a window where Nuke can secure that bot tower, but Jackie's is... Oh, I thought Jackie's were going to answer. Very scattered situation here for both teams. BDS still want to contest.
Adam on that front line. Pathmaker immediately into the steadfast person. Like, what? Like, GiantX collapsed well, but BDS were just trying to pincer without any claws.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening to BDS. It just looks like a complete breakdown in communication, like how they want to approach the game. Down, you've got Jackies who's playing hyper-aggressive. Now he's got Ignar and Ju on here, and now they're going to catch Lebrov.
Lebrov gets a good knockback with a Bramble Smash, but the quickness will still lock him in place. Nature's Grass used for a bit of disengage. Patrick has to flash across the wall. Ice with the lightning crash, looking for the damage. Jackie's caught in the midst of them all, but the Soul Unbound will get him to safety. Antonio on the backline now going forward, knocking Adam down to half. Already Lebrov has fallen, and BDS once again just don't quite have the damage. GiantX walk away wounded. The Antonio stepping a little bit too far away from his team, and Nuke's on the chase. The red buff slow, not enough to get any more out. BDS pushing forward at a numbers disadvantage, TPing in now with Adam. You can see how low Antonio and Patrick are. With double AD carry, this tower will melt.
I mean, it was a fight that was initiated by GiantX. Soul point. BDS, poor decision by starting off the Baron. I wonder if they were trying to bait a TP out, but I'm not sure who would really TP, because Jackies was with the team in mid lane.
Yeah.
Towards the top side, though, you can already see Ice immediately trying to shove in that mid wave. They would like to use this mid wave to potentially look for the mid lane tower, which is why GiantX have to stay around this Baron. They may need to start up to pull BDS in.
Patrick beginning to put the damage down onto Lebrov, who no longer has a flash. Glacial Prison behind, the fate sealed, and the game perhaps sealed as well for GiantX. Lebrov is already down. Alongside him, Sheo will join him in the dirt. GiantX now have to fight into Nuke and Ice, who are doing everything they can to turn around the 2v5. Jackies goes in, he's busted back. Ice is low, but now Nuke can hop, skip, and a jump forward. A 2v5 for BDS.
What just happened? It looks like the game
Jackie's going forward, but look at the Buster. Explosive charge takes away his shield. GiantX will start up the Baron. Jackie's is low, but he can TP back in. The Nature's Grasp a possibility for Lebrov. No summoners really, apart from Sheo, who has his flash.
Oh,
Jackie's
that's huge. His
can't
back is
get away.
interrupted.
Nature's Grasp going in, takes the Blast Cone. A couple of roots going down, but BDS will now start up the Baron themselves. Ignar looking for that quickness flank, but doesn't have a flash to really get into the pit. The Keeper's verdict, not guilty, as Antonio just charges up and doesn't unleash the helicopter. Lightning crash, the arrow dodge by Ice alongside the Glacial Prison. He finds a kill. The Baron secured by BDS. And on the flip of a coin,
BDS firmly in control of the game with this Baron. Nuke going back to base, completing his 4th item. They will begin their siege. It's been a difficult series for both sides. BDS, they forced the ultimate out from Jackie's.
It's huge. No threat really from Jackie's on the backline now. Doesn't have the flash, can unbind his soul, but doesn't really have the option to get in there. Weaver's walled down as Juhan gets on the right side of it, but the tower already down. The inhibitor short to follow for BDS. They'll move their way towards the mid lane. Patrick just coming out of base. Antonio trying to get out of this. Keeper's verdict going down. Sheo has a Banshees, and once again, it's just a helicopter for naught, as Antonio doesn't set off the charge. The second inhibitor of the push has been taken down, and BDS have lined them up like dominoes. Bot into mid, into top, another inhibitor tower their target, and objective bounties coming up for GiantX.
And is it into top 4? That's the big question as the engage comes through.
Pathmaker in, soul unbound, but Jackie's doesn't even have a chance to snap back as he's snapped out of his body. Sent packing to the fountain as BDS begin to open up. Patrick and Ignar low. The third inhibitor of this push is going to fall. A minute and a half left on the Baron, and all on a knife edge. This entire series could have gone either way, but in the end, it's BDS's day. Juhan trying to tank up on that front line, but Ice still healthy enough to open up the big guns. The second Nexus tower falls, and BDS have a date with the top 4.
Just like that.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LEC Summer Playoffs matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.